Benoit was a professional wrestler who enjoyed a long and successful career in the world of professional wrestling that lasted from the 1980s to the late 2000s. However, his legacy was tarnished in June of 2007 when he committed a double murder-suicide, killing his wife and young son before taking his own. The incident sent shockwaves through the wrestling world and prompted the WWE to erase Benoit from its history books and never mention him again. Benoit was a Canadian professional wrestler who had a career that spanned over 2 decades. He began his career in the late 80s and wrestled for a variety of organizations before signing with WWE in 2000. Throughout his career, Benoit was known for his intense in-ring style, which put a significant amount of strain on his body. Benoit's wrestling career began in 1985, where he trained under Stu Hart at the famous Hart Dungeon in Alberta, Canada. He made his professional debut in 1986 and spent several years wrestling in various promotions across Canada and Japan, such as Stampede Wrestling and New Japan, before eventually making his way to the United States. Throughout his career, Benoit was known for his incredible in-ring ability. He was a technical wrestler who could also pull off high-flying moves and was known for his intense and hard-hitting style. However, this style took a significant toll on his body over the years. He suffered numerous injuries, including concussions, broken bones, torn ligaments, but being the workhorse he was, he often continued to wrestle despite these injuries. And as it's known in all sports and in life in general, concussions are a very serious thing and need to be taken care of. A great example of what can happen when you don't take care of a concussion is Bret Hart, who was forced into an early retirement and plagued with life-threatening issues throughout his life. Now imagine multiple concussions on top of chair shots, bumps in the ring, and diving headbutts. This is what Benoit was doing before he even made it to the big leagues. Not to mention, Benoit's physical health was also further compromised by his use of steroids and other performance-enhancing drugs. He was known to be a heavy user of steroids, which can have numerous negative effects, including liver damage, heart disease, and mood swings, better known as roid rage. Unfortunately, on June 25th of 2007, he murdered his wife Nancy and their 7-year-old son Daniel before taking his own life. The news of his sudden death was shocking and deeply disturbing, and the fact that Benoit was a beloved figure in the wrestling world made the news all but more devastating. In response to the tragedy, WWE aired a 3-hour tribute show to Benoit on Monday Night Raw on June 27th. The show featured clips of Benoit's greatest matches and tributes from his colleagues and friends in the wrestling world. The entire event was a somber affair, with the wrestlers wearing black armbands and many of them visibly shaken up by the news. During the show, WWE Chairman Vince McMahon gave a heartfelt tribute to Benoit, saying that he was a good friend, a devoted husband, and a loving father. He also expressed his condolences to the families of the victims and asked for a moment of silence in their honor. However, the tribute show was soon overshadowed by the masses finding out what Benoit did. WWE then decided to distance itself from Benoit and erase him from their history. In a statement issued by Vince McMahon, who in kayfabe was just blew up in a limo, said that WWE would no longer acknowledge Benoit's career or his contributions to the industry. The WWE's decision to remove all references to Benoit was a significant move for a company that had built its brand on the popularity of their wrestlers. However, the WWE was quick to act after the details of the murder-suicide were made public. The company immediately removed Benoit from their website and ceased all production of merchandise featuring his likeness, and his name was never mentioned on WWE programming again. At the time, WWE were getting absolutely dragged through the mud by mainstream media and news. Superstars and others were on shows such as Nancy Drew and Larry King, just getting butchered for being a wrestler and sticking up for their business. The WWE themselves was facing criticism for its handling of wrestlers' health and safety. The company's focus on spectacle and entertainment over the well-being of their performers, leading to injuries and long-term health issues, were finally getting brought to light. All of this backlash led to WWE going PG in 2008, leading to a more kid-friendly approach. WWE outlawed blood, chair shots to the head, and toe-down violence in general. Although this approach did see them lose ratings and fans at a rapid rate, the company went on to make records in profits. In the years that followed, WWE's profits continued to grow. By 2010, the company had a reported revenue of $477.7 million, with a net income of $60.8 million. And every year, this number went up. And you know where ultimately all this goes back to? Chris Benoit. Although he was undoubtedly a great wrestler and sacrificed a lot for this business, what he did cannot be forgiven, and the WWE was in every right to ultimately erase him from history.